Most people never sit long enough and quiet enough to get beyond themselves. So, we talk a lot about this in the workshops that we do. Most people, they get up in the morning, they get out of bed, they brush their teeth, they take a shower, they use the toilet, they look in the mirror, they get dressed, they drink coffee out of their favorite mug, they drive to work the same way, they see the same people, they do the same things. For the most part, they're on a program, an automatic program. And that program is the same program as the day before. So if you keep doing it over and over again, your future is more of your past. And so the body, you wake up in the morning and it goes through a series of routinized behaviors and thoughts and emotions, and there's not a lot of room for the unknown to fit in there because the program is running. So we could say the body's in the future based on the past. So the body's never in the present moment. When you truly get to that point where you're in the present moment, you become very in tune with your soul. You become very in tune with intuition. You become very in tune with a sense of self that isn't driven by the emotions that keep us regulating an identity or a personality. So I always say anything different is good. And if you're getting the same thought every day, like, I need to leave this relationship, or I need to move to this city, or I need to change my job, that can be an intuitive thought. It could also be a speculative thought. But for me personally, I like to ask for feedback in my life. In other words, I always say at the end of my meditation, okay, well, if my future is that, then I need a sign to let me know that that's the direction I need to go. If my future is this, then if I'm creating opportunity, then I need feedback in my life to let me know that I should head in that direction. So I pay attention to the signs, not just to the thoughts, but then how it begins to unfold in my life. And if it starts to move in this direction, I trust in that direction. If my life begins to move in this direction, I trust in that direction. But most people, they spend very little time in the present moment, and that's a skill. And when you're in the present moment, you're clear. When you're in the present moment, your body's no longer in the future, or your body's no longer in the past, and you see things much more clearly. You're in tune with your thoughts, and there's less analysis, there's less confusion, there's less criticizing. There's a thought that makes complete sense to you, and that thought that is very sensible and very clear is not based on the past or the future. It comes from the present. So teaching people how to do that is one of the things that we do in our workshops. As you begin to contemplate concepts that you learn, the contemplation process is the building process neurologically in the brain. And you begin to install new circuits that causes you to perceive your life differently. So the indoctrination of an educational system that's based on right and wrong answers is very self-limiting. But we know that the brain is completely plastic, which means then if you're not learning, if you're not growing, if you're not asking bigger questions, then you're allowing yourself to be defined by your past. I would say to that person, get out there and learn. Get out there and create a structure to learn. Get around people that want to learn. Study documentaries. See YouTube videos of people talking. Get involved. Become inspired by learning again. Learning should be a reward in and of itself. And if we stop learning and we keep feeling, now we're headed for our genetic destiny. And people, when they seek pleasure in order to avoid pain, Now we're bridging on the concept of addiction, because when they get something pleasurable in their life, there's a release of certain chemicals in the brain, dopamine, serotonin, norepinephrine, and those chemicals produce a burst of good feeling. And when a person notices a change in their internal state, they feel differently, the pain goes away, the emptiness goes away, they look to see what caused it. Oh, it was that pill, or it was that shopping, it was the buying of a car, it's the pedicure, and they begin to develop a dependency where they think that change or regulating their emotional states should be done by relying on things outside of them. Now, transformation, really true transformation, is when people begin to look at the emotions that they've memorized that has become part of their identity. And that when they look at the emotions that they've been living by and how those emotions drive their thoughts, how those feelings influence their behaviors, and what other emotions are created from those emotions. Now we're talking about somebody becoming conscious, becoming aware. The first step for true transformation is becoming aware or conscious of your unconscious thoughts, your unconscious behaviors, your memorized emotions. And the fact that we can think about how we think, the fact that we can observe how we're acting, the fact that we can pay attention to how we're feeling means we can modify ourselves to do a better job in life. That's called metacognition. So when a person begins to wake up to who they're being, and then they say, like Gandalf on the bridge in Lord of the Rings, "You may not pass today." That kind of decision becomes an experience for the person that they never forget. That kind of willingness to change is when they transmute those survival emotions into elevated emotions. And those emotions, because they're addictive and emotions are the record of the past, then for the most part, the body as the unconscious mind does not know the difference between an experience in your life that creates an emotion and an emotion that you can fabricate by thought alone. To the body, it's the same. So a person who's living in anger every day or sadness in every day, their body as their unconscious mind is believing it's in the same past conditions 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. The body's in the past. So when a person takes that emotion and literally denatures it and turns it into another emotion, the freedom from that addiction, breaking the chains from that emotional addiction, is called self-love. It's called joy. Now there's a liberation of energy. The person is in love with themselves, they're in love with their life, and they say, that was so worth it. And all of a sudden, they look back at their past, and they say, I would never change anything in my past because it brought me to this present moment. And when you can look back at your past that way, then the past rolls up to the present moment, and now you're beginning to experience true freedom.
I really hope you loved this video and it was helpful. So please help me make it more popular by giving your thumbs up, commenting it, and sharing on the social networks with your friends. And now it's time for our daily Complete the Quote challenge. If you're new to this, your job is to complete the inspiring quote we choose for you and write the correct answer in comments below the video. If you can give us the right answer first, you're the winner of this daily challenge. In the previous video, we had a quote that belongs to Dr. Dispenza. We were looking for two words. The quote goes like this: we should never wait for science to give us permission to do, and the correct answer was the uncommon. So, we should never wait for science to give us permission to do the uncommon. Congratulations to everyone with the correct answer, and to everyone who tried but didn't guess the answer. Today we also have the quote from Dr. Dispenza. The quote goes like this: when you believe in yourself, you believe. So we are missing for two words. If you know the correct answer, write it down in the comment section. Even if you're not sure what the correct answer is, try and guess, and find out the right answer in the next video. If you like this video and our challenge, give your thumbs up and share this video with your friends. Spread the word. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button. By doing that, you'll get notification when my new video and new challenge is out. If you really like what we do here and want to support us, you can join our channel and our community for a symbolic fee and gain many other additional features. You can do that by clicking the join button next to the subscribe button, or you can click on the link in the description of this video. Stay good and have a great day.